excited for this vlog. I finally get to show you our finished master bedroom. Ah! I've wanted this for so long. Okay, let me kind of give you a backstory. My taste has gone through quite an evolution. I went from a very girly apartment where only I lived there, so I could do whatever I wanted, to getting married to a very handsome, manly man who didn't want to look at pink. My taste has had to evolve and kind of grow up in a sense. The last year and a half, I've really been more drawn to neutrals. I've really been more drawn to darker colors, more than I ever have been. Like a gorgeous deep mahogany antique wood used to not thrill me at all, but now it's like, yes. So the dilemma with this room was, there were many architectural sins. First of all, the room is tiny, so the bed is most of the room. Second of all, there's a window behind me that is not centered on the wall. I decided the best thing to do would just be completely to cover it. I don't want to see any evidence that there's a window back there. So a double curtain rod was the answer. I could have the white blackout curtains in the back. In the foreground, we could have the patterned curtains just look beautiful and steal the show. I looked into doing a valance, like a bed canopy that you see sometimes, but to have a valance custom made for this space, I would have needed to cover this entire headboard. That would have been way out of our budget. Double curtain rod was great, and also we have windows. We have a double set of windows in the front wall right here in front of me. I love having curtains here because I really do open the windows most days. The curtains were a great decision because they're just gonna stay closed back here, and we always keep them open in the front of the room. Luckily, I found these beautiful prints at Goodwill. Fell in love with them in this room. And then I've always wanted one of these beds. It's like the wood trim with the neutral upholstery. Once I got these two items together in the room, it kind of started to fit together for me. Like in my mind, I was like, oh wait, I'm doing something totally different here. You know, the bed and the frames came together, made this really beautiful color palette naturally, but I knew we had to repaint the room because the room was a really beautiful blue-green color. It's called sea salt, but it just did not fit with the vibe I was building in this room. Now, before I could paint the room, we had to figure out the curtains. I wanted a really elevated pattern that I just honestly couldn't find online, so I made it. I designed these curtains, and you can shop them as well. I launched a Spoonflower storefront. What is that? Basically, as an artist, I can upload designs and repeating patterns, and you can put them on your curtains or your fabrics or tablecloths or shower curtains, whatever your heart desires. They have so much. And it's a fairly new storefront. I think I only have like 3 designs uploaded, but I'm having a blast on Spoonflower. And these curtains just turned out incredible. So beautifully. Exceeded my expectations completely. The quality is amazing. So after I made the design for the curtains and ordered a couple of samples, and then I ordered 4 panels. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for the bedroom. And then I went to Home Depot and I got our favorite neutral tan color. It's called Edwardian Linen. It's a color by Ralph Lauren, but you can get it in any kind of paint brand like a Behr or Sherwin-Williams. We got a paint that was like second to the highest quality, so it was a thicker paint. I think it was the Marquee at Home Depot. That's what they call it. So different tiers of paint quality. We got the like second highest, so we didn't have to do 2 coats because we did a whole white coat primer. Because we were painting a light color over a darker color, the blue, I wanted to just have a complete blank slate of white primer, and then we put the paint over the top of that. So I'll show you some painting footage, and I could not have done it without Steven. Oh my gosh, he was so awesome. That's the color it's going to be, Edwardian Linen. This is sea salt, what we have now. We also painted the trim around this door. I'm so glad we did. It's just gonna look really clean, but the process is very long. There's a lot of waiting in between your steps. I had no concept of what it took to paint a room. We had a little bit more to do than we thought. We painted all of the trim above and below, so that's done. We had a spot on this wall that was actually like, I mean, it is a 70-year-old wall. There was a really kind of deep area here that needed spackling. And so that's gonna take a little longer to dry than we anticipated. That's just something to be expected with a paint job, y'all. I thought we were gonna paint this room in one weekend, but clearly no. So yeah, I am glad we ended up painting the trim though. That I definitely wasn't expecting, but it looks so much better. This is certainly not something that is like a necessity, but if you want to sand the mud spots without getting like, you know, the dust everywhere, get an attachment that goes onto the shop vacuum. So you can literally sand and then the vacuum sucks all of it away. Genius. Go in a circular motion when you sand. Okay, resume. I'm tired. You want to make sure you get a lot of paint on your brush, like almost too much, because it's really gonna hold all of it and you don't want to get on the wall with not enough paint on your brush. Okay, white primer is done. Since we're painting a light color over a darker color, we decided to do a white primer to make sure it would stick on these 70-year-old walls. So this is how we paint the trim effortlessly. This little guy right there.
Yeah, most effort goes into loading the paint.
So it's like a little car. He has wheels and he glides along the edges. Would you just look at it? That's amazing.
Is that good enough?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. One of the perks of being an artist is also being able to paint works that match your room. And I did 2 abstract patterns in these bamboo frames just to kind of tie together the coloring of the curtains with the abstract and just kind of tie together this corner because it felt pretty drab, but I wanted to just brighten it up. Again, like it's not what I've been used to doing. I just took away all the color and I said terracotta, nude, natural. These were born. And they look so good next to these curtains. They turned out perfectly. The last step in this bedroom I'm gonna do with you. You notice how these pillows are a little like, it doesn't look like the pillow insert is the right size for the pillow cover. The inserts are 30 by 30 and the pillow covers are 25 by 25. That means anytime you have a Eurosham cover, buy an insert that's at least 5 inches bigger because you get this plump look. Now the ladies at Redland Cotton, which is where these pillows and a lot of the linens are from, they told me what they do for their photo shoots sometimes is they get extra polyfill and put it in the corners of their pillows. So the look you're going for is like, you know, they're actually staying up. So I'm gonna give it a shot here with you and I'm gonna try this polyfill experiment. I've never worked with this before, so let's see how it goes. Here we go. Breaks off pretty easily right into the corner. I don't want to make it look bunchy or like bulky or anything. So I'm starting with less and then working my way up. Chopsticks? Probably some preservation. More polyfill to the corner. It's actually kind of starting to make it stand up a little. I don't want it to look like I did this, you know? I don't want it to look like I did this. I just want it to look like, oh, look how wonderful those pillows look. If you remember in my last vlog, I was talking a lot about English countryside living and how I love Penny Morrison's home in Wales. You guys, I found a YouTube channel that goes and tours all of these magnificent homes. It's called Quintessence. If you're not even subscribed to my channel, that's fine. Go subscribe to Quintessence. But subscribe to my channel too, because I do put a lot of work into these videos. Y'all would love this channel. They go into like these beautiful designer homes and they tour. There's one video where they go into Penny Morrison's home in Wales and you can see her whole estate. So Quintessence is a great YouTube channel for you to check out if you're looking for new YouTube channels to watch. Because if you're like me, I like to watch a bunch of different stuff on YouTube. I love Homeworthy is another great one. They do a lot of really cool home tours and it's very informal. It's just like, here's my house. It's so beautiful. Come on in and look around. So yeah, Homeworthy and Quintessence, check those out. But I got so much inspiration watching Penny Morrison's home tour from her home in Wales. Oh gosh, it's beautiful. And someone on my last video commented, what's the difference between Grand Millennial and English country aesthetic? Like, what's the difference between a Grand Millennial and like an authentic English countryside home? And I think it's like a Venn diagram. They exist together, but they're different. Over here you have English countryside, where it's like century-old homes that have been passed down through the family through decades and decades, having had collected their antique furniture, and every new family just adds to it. That's one side of this puzzle, and then the other side of the Venn diagram is like Grand Millennial, where it's like you bring antiques into your home. Maybe it's a modern home, maybe it's a new build, but you still love antiques. You have antique staples, and I'm still holding up this Venn diagram to like show you. But like they definitely overlap, but they are different. They're very similar too. So I thought that was a great question. Thank you to the commenter who asked that question on the last vlog. I thought that was a great question. Why did I start talking about that? Because this morning I got lost in watching Penny Morrison's home tour. She was so real too, you know? She was not stuffy at all. It was so refreshing. How does this look? How do we like this? That's actually a lot better. Did I do this side? That's an improvement. That's definitely an improvement. No, I didn't do this side. That's much better. Yeah. They were so right. Thank you, Redland Cotton Team. Genius advice. Thank you. The Redland Cotton Company, they have their own cotton gin in the South, and they make all these amazing linens, like these covers, the quilt on our bed, the sheets on our bed. We have a duvet cover in the guest room, my favorite towel robe, and then two of my favorite white button-down tops. So good, such good classic pieces. Yes, look at that, it's so much fuller. I'm still teaching this pillow how to chop. Wow, it's so much better. I mean, you can even tell now the before and after is like incredible. Wow. It's so much better! I wanted my bedroom to kind of be like a palette cleanser at the end of every day and the start of every day, just natural tones, and it's so nice. It's such a breath of fresh air in this room. The nude color palette was perfect. I am so thrilled we did this because the calm that I feel in this room is invigorating for the end of the day and the start of every day, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. And I would love to have you shop my Spoonflower store if you need any fabrics or if you want something custom designed. Let me know in the comments if there's something you're looking for, and I'll see if I can't have a little go at it and design something just for y'all. I had so much fun hanging out with y'all today and telling you all about this process, because it's been a long process. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and join me every Sunday night for a new video. Like this video, comment below because I always reply to every comment on my videos. And I'll see y'all next week. I want to start doing something with you guys at the end of every vlog, I'm going to kiss you on either side, like a French kiss, bisou, bisou. And if you just move your camera, it'll be like we're really doing like a London greeting, or Paris greeting. Okay, ready? Bisou, bisou. Oh, how fun is that? I love y'all. I'll see you next week.